from Akroma daily updates soon. And then I will share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share na comment section. My better brain I can make for you now. I am not Dompreh na ye declare illegal MP. Yes, illegal MP. Oshoma a director of election my NDC. Rashid Tanko any declare sa ekasa seven because court among order say fan command no who say yeah another president say no we see it now we born once answer man say oh yeah MP for answer 100 din. They say once look high court Koforidua high court declare to service no the amount and say no we illegal MP enti yekote Dr. Rashid Tanko in some of the two as another player we declare no illegal MP and as an honorable member for Insomedri because of a year court a permit na finally the letter community or declare a illegal MP. Which the more we go more story to this because this seat and as this a year trending issues I attrafonity for any day but January reason why another Dompreh is being declared illegal MP and as an honorable public.
They are fugitives.
You're contesting another Dompreh as well. Who is the chief whip for the minority side?
Yes, he's an illegal MP.
I see.
Yes, we are contesting it. We've gotten substituted service from Koforidua High Court, and he's been running away from service. Now we got him through substitutes. He cannot dodge again. We'll get him. We are chasing another 3 in Ashanti region.
I see. And
so
you also did substituted service in Tema Central.
In Tema Central. For the Tema Central and then the Okaikwe Central as well. We are chasing all of them because this.
Which Okaikwe Central? Patrick,
yes, we are chasing that one too. All of them.
You don't say.
Yes, we mean it. We want it. You see, Ghanaians voters for NDC. They wanted peace of mind in Parliament. You see these 88 people. See what they are doing. This small number. They can't even form quorum to do any business in the house. But yet, look at what they are doing. This is what Ghanaians were trying to avoid. By making sure that NDC at least you get about 200. So that you can have absolute peace. And that's why initially I advocated that we should give them tablets to sit in the house. This small minority, so that they'll be watching proceeding through Parliament.
Why they should come and represent
Come and do what? Because they are insignificant. What are they coming to do?
But if they are insignificant, you are significant, why are you also not showing your significant numbers?
They are settling up. And the next time you see that now the numbers have they have settled. Some of them, the first time they are here from their communities to this place. Accra, you have to get accommodation settled and make sure that some of them it's not easy. So that's why they will find it. But now they are settling
we'll see the power.
We're not seeing it. You see, it will begin now. We are going to see full force. And that's why I'm saying that Ghanaians voted for us. They wanted peace of mind. They don't want the episode of what happened in 2017. 137. They don't want it. You see, that's why I respect Ghanaians. And I like this country. I hadn't liked traveling out. Because this country is so beautiful and interesting to stay. When they want to deal with you, they wait. With all your nonsense, they go and vote against you at the polls, like how they dealt with it. Yet instead of them to go back and reflect upon what went wrong, they are rather showing their Ghanaians even what they were made of during opposition. It is the same thing. So this Blake Manoff, we are not going to allow that illegality to continue.
Will you attend that meeting with the Electoral Commission?
We will attend, of course. They are our partners, we work together. We are major stakeholders. We want to hear them. The thing is that, simple and short, 62 polling stations had issues. Clearly, it has issues. If they don't have it, there's a way we can deal with that one. If they are not trying to understand, the court is there. We are still battling the matter in court. They should come and face us. Those 3 MPs, they were running away. Now we've gotten substituted service against them. We'll get them.
I've got 2 minutes. I want to spend it on GIFEC and its role in the 24-hour economy. You play your office, the NDC administration and accountability. What's going on with that?
Yes, the oral, you see, this was just a fact-finding mission put together. And they managed to brought us a lot of evidence. When they presented it to the president, the agency that has the power to prosecute is the Attorney General. That's why the president handed over the evidence to him to go and prepare the docket. That's why I'm saying very soon people will be very hot. We have an Attorney General who believes before he sends somebody to court, he would have organized enough evidence so that he can nail you proper. He's not the type who will send you to court before he now be looking for the evidence. That's why all these people the MPP sent to court, they had to go free. They didn't have any evidence again. They only bundled them to court for political propaganda. And for 8 years, they were fishing around looking for evidence, trying to get people to incriminate others. That's what they were doing. But this Attorney General, a very learned Attorney General, in fact, most of the judges, he taught them. He's a master, that's his students. He knows what he's doing. He's studying them, he's putting the dockets together. And by the time he hits the court, a lot of people will be hot. I'm not surprised some of them have started making noise before even they go to court.
Is Oral only going after former appointees of the previous administration? Because, your explanation seems to...
Oral was set for a purpose.
Right.
For the past 8 years, there was massive looting of state resources and assets. Too much. Even ordinary person, you need not even go to school to know that there were 20 looters in this country. You just sit back and you are looking at them, cutting out government resources and properties. Let me tell you, in Northern region, you don't have any government again in Northern region, Tamale, the regional capital. They sold everything to their people. If you hear the amount they sold to government prime plot, dear Kemeni, you blow your head off. Prime plot, which can go for as much as 1 million Ghana cedis, were sold to people as 20,000 Ghana cedis. What is that? Prime plot. This is until I visited there. I went to the regional administration behind it. Bungalows which were meant for government workers and plot meant for extension and other things. They sold everything. People were building houses over there. Why are they doing? Did they do all these things today? So we said no. With this knowledge, he has not taken time to. Or the commissioners there. It is the returning officer. Mm-hmm. So if the returning officer has done his job, declared somebody a winner, your duty as commissioner is to gazette same. Okay. If somebody is aggrieved with the declaration, he can now come with election petition proper at the High Court. Under Article 91 of the Constitution. Not the person should go and run behind the commissioners, and the commissioner will sit down and say that we are not going to recognize it because the declaration was not properly done. It doesn't lie in their mouth. They don't have that power.
So you think that what the MPP should have done is actually to file an election petition?
An election petition. Not to go and hide an amendment saying that the EC has refused to do collation and declare this, they must be forced to do that. They have already done that.
So the declaration was what?
The declaration was that the court asked that the EC should go and continue the collation of the constituencies, and they mentioned some certain polling station numbers. Mm-hmm. And I said, look, in an election, that's what I'm saying. That people, because we are not educating the public about elections, polling station resources can be nullified due to certain actions at the polling. For instance, if there are overvoting in a polling station, the law says they must nullify the votes. It will not be added to the tally. The people are supposed to vote, they are 500. And you come and vote 520. Where from the 20? That's clear overvoting. On the face of it, is that not true?
Yes.
So they will just nullify the votes. So when they are tallying the results at the collation center, that polling station will not be added. So if you have 20 polling stations and one has been nullified, they will declare the results using how many polling stations? 19. So you can't go and say, because one polling station was not added, they should go and do recollation. Have you found out whether that polling station there was overvoted? That's why it was not added. You have not found out that. So go and file a petition, and then the court will ask that, let's find out the veracity of it. They will now bring the box with the pink sheet, open it, recount, and do all these things. But you don't just go and see the face of it and say, so and so number of polling stations were not counted, and yet they declared also. Have you found out the reason why those polling stations were not added? Tema Central had 3.
Okay.
3 were not added.
3 polling stations
were not added.
Okay.
And they declared Our Lady winner. Yeah. Okay. Then you run and say, because 3 polling stations were not added, you won't accept. Then the electoral commissioners, because they wanted at all costs to show up the numbers of MPP in parliament, because of their disaster that has fallen on them, they quickly said, no, we are nullifying it. We won't accept until the 3 polling stations. Have you found out the reason why those 3 polling stations were nullified?
Okay.
Why the returning officer didn't add it? They were overvoting in some of them. So if they are overvoting, definitely they will nullify it. It won't be added. They will go ahead with the 3 polling stations. And it doesn't lie in the mouth of the court. That's why I've been saying that when people look at it and say, so and so number of polling stations were not added, and yet they declared, because you don't understand the electoral system. Overvoting can occur even up to 100 polling stations. They will nullify all of them. That is a fact. Yes, if you are a careless person and you think you can rig the election by padding up numbers plenty at the polling stations, and we have our eagle eye on them, and they are your strong, they will nullify them.
So you insisted that areas where you saw
problems with the polling stations, we're not going to add them. That's why we have 62 in Ablekuma North.
68?
Yes.
So what was the problem with those 62? Because
there were problems. There were problems with them. Some of them, the presiding officers couldn't come with it. Some, they were vandalized. The EC themselves didn't have. Who was supposed to have the original didn't have it. So when they put the tally together and they had challenges in getting these 62 areas and all that, they declared their one winner. It's accepted in the electoral law. If there are challenges in like I just explained, in a polling station, that polling station will be nullified. You can't force people to put bad results on and add it up to declare somebody. That's what the MPP are masters in. Manufacturing fake pin sheet and concocting figure on them. That's how they are masters in it.
But they say they have scanned copies of all the police stations.
That is why I'm saying that they are masters in it. At IPAC meeting, the last IPAC meeting before.
But how do you do a scanned copy? Is a copy of the original?
Where is the original? You say you have scanned copy. So where do you scan it from? Bring it. You say you don't have. So which one did you scan? Look, my brother, I can design. I told you I have a background in graphics. Give me a laptop and Photoshop or Corel Draw, the one they used to add materials for mathematics. NPP, they are not serious with their electoral copies. Software we used in the 90s. That was what we used in designing. Corel Draw, Corel 9, 11, 12, and all this. And I already heard them saying that they used it to add figures. How can you use Corel Draw figures? This is easy. Very crooked people. Now, I can design a pink sheet and put figures on it. And come and show it to you and say, this is a scanned copy. Will you accept that? Will you accept it? And I'm telling you that I don't have the original, but I scanned it. I have this, the scanned copy. And then the EC will fall in such a trap. So when I say there's always a collusion between them and the MPP, people say I'm always hard on them. I'm not hard on them. Why will you fall in such a trap? Because in the last IPAC meeting, Evans was there. I was there. We all agreed. This Ablekuma thing. 62 you don't have. They say they don't have. The EC told us, point blank, they don't have any of them.
Okay. The Electoral Commission?
The Electoral Commission.
Okay.
And we say, yes, we too had difficulties because of the vandalism and all that. We lost some of our distance. EC Evans told us, yes, they don't have it, but they have scanned copy. And we say, Master, stop your scanned copy. We are not going to accept anything scanned copy. Our electoral laws are manual, and they are telling us that you must have your manual pink sheet handy so that we can compare with the original from the EC. You don't have. You are saying scan copy. I can also go and bring scan copies. I can sit behind my laptop and design it. So nobody's going to ask. Stop that thing. That was on Thursday. We're supposed to meet on Friday. But because of the court ruling on Saturday, we all defer and said after that, we'll meet the next Monday. Then quickly, this court, knowing what they were trying to do, you know what they did? They moved the matter, the ruling to 12 midday. You remember? They had planned it already. And quickly after ruling, Sunday, they said they were declaring results. They've run to their offices and started using scanned copies. And that is the crooked nature of these people are always saying, and Ghanaians don't see them. So we agreed on this. Nobody is going to use scanned copy. Yet, because we filed against the continual declaration, collation of this thing, after the ruling, these people quickly ran and said they were going to do it. Okay, let's declare it. After all, before they say Jack Monday, we have declared, we will gazette it. That is what they were trying. And they were using scanned copies. Unfortunately, on their part, some of our boys went and stormed there and stopped them. They managed to bring themselves together again and continue to use the scanned copies of NPP. EC don't have even one pink sheet, they don't have. This Ablekuma. I challenge anybody who tells me EC has a pink sheet on it. They don't have. When they brought their own presiding officers, they saw some of the scanned copies. They were running away from it. They said, this is not my signature. This is not a figure. I didn't write this. Their own people. And yet, EC was forcing to accept those things. Just trying to to assuage the pain of the NPP. That's what they were just trying to do.
So, what will be the solution to Ablekuma North?
The solution is in Supreme Court. We are there. We have gotten them now through substitution service. The next sitting, they will come. If they don't come, you see what has befallen Akotia. We will get them. All of them will be arrested for defiling court orders. They will be arrested. I told you this man, they will arrest him. The Akotia man. You see, they are still thinking we are in the era of FCs, 99 FCs and all this. They only go to court and the court ruled for them and all that. They think we are in the era. The judges themselves didn't like the thing they were doing. They were forcing them to do that kind of thing they were doing. They're asserting their independence now. That's why they asked that they should arrest that man. An injunction on you defy the injunction, went ahead to be sworn in as if they are law to themselves. This is what they are doing. I know Dompre today. We are in court with him again. If he doesn't come, another bench warrant will issue for him. I said we'll chase these people one by one. We'll make sure that we'll remove them from the August house using the legal process. Because these are illegal guys.
You think you won the Nsama Dwajisi?
Yes. We won that in. They use the same modus operandi they used in 2020. Enforce themselves. You remember when we came to Tesano police station? I was on them that midnight. Look, the same fake pink sheet they brought on that day to declare another Dompre. When we came there and look at the pink sheet, 5 of them already we saw that we just told you, look, you people, you are not even smart thieves. Look at what you have brought. Look at this. These are photocopy ones. They are not even correct. And look at the figures. Your figures are even more than the registered voters in the constituency. Look at what you are doing. So they say, well, let's flag this, flag it. That's what they started doing. That let's flag this, and continue. I say, we won't continue with it. We won't continue. This thing will not continue.
By the end, he was declared.
Tesano, they couldn't. You know, we stopped them. We stopped them, and the following day, we came back. They wanted to do it. We said, no way. We managed to injunct the whole process. And that's why people didn't understand when they saw us shouting on top of our voice on that day, because we wanted the Lord. The bailiff came, do you know that the police had banter with them on that day? Especially the CID boss that day. Later she has to apologize. I told her, you are behaving like a woman organizer of MPP. You are a CID. A bailiff will come. You don't want the bailiff to serve the service on another Dompre. They managed to get another Dompre out from the place. Interesting, the police, about 5 or 6 of them were preventing the bailiff, holding him not to serve the thing. Can you imagine? This was the thing they did all this in, just trying to, yes, at that place.
Preventing a bailiff from
bailiff on that day. The footages are there. Your cameras are people, if you go and look at it, they will tell you what was going on at that place. I told them. And then later on, they tried to explain what made the IGP, the reason behind all this. I told, look, a fugitive is a fugitive. There's no other way to describe it. It's run away. We will get it. Today, we are in court against Koforidua High Court. Another Dompre case. He'll come. If he doesn't come, we'll find a way of getting him through the way we got this Akotia guy. Because these people, they are illegally occupying the city. This, especially Okakwe Central. The same thing. The same thing. The same modus operandi they use and got away with this. But unfortunately, they have stepped on a different this landmine. It will blast their leg. We are not going to allow it. We will pursue it till casket. I'm telling you. We will make sure that this people
the total number of seats is 9.
Yes, we are pursuing Ablekuma North. The other one is even a standby.
Like I daily update so 24/7 ebenya na ebo adwuma ye de suma refo ne tifo wo hwema nsewoma duadru akoto abano return officer ko gina me to abano nyina wie no omuma ehu se another Dompre obi a wantumi amwe ne abano na se wantumi amfa nkonimdi abotire no nti another Dompre eba se yekoye recoalition enum na wo fa mo didi nkonima nti NDC so omaju se omobe pursue sa city no with all their effort to make sure say they follow the trend and they follow NDC for akonya substitute service omode asebo another Dompre say another Dompre no they say the presence being here e court say obeba no be defending no na ono so the evidence and I say the onim efasa ensem no aba betu de nti me obesi na ye kofa nsem foforo abante no subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share na fa comment so na share comment section na ebeje brain na yakan